Welcome to episode 6 of the Audacity Factor podcast. My name is Kathryn. I'll be your host, also the founder of Audacity Coaching and Strategies. I encourage you to tap in everywhere you can find me. That would be LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify. Also on Apple Podcasts. Here at the Audacity Factor, I'm really aiming to revolutionize personal empowerment through audacious thinking, audacious action, all grounded in the belief that each individual possesses not only untapped potential, but untapped power. The power is already yours. And I want to encourage you to have the courage to make choices to bring change to your life and the lives of those around you. Here will I invite you to take this journey of self-discovery, redefining your beliefs, and tapping into your innate power. This all through courageous thinking and bold action. We dismantle any chains or cages that you feel you have that are built of fear and limitation, paving the way for a world where compassion, audacity, courage, love are the things that guide us. So join me in rewriting this narrative of possibility and unleashing the full potency of your human existence. So welcome. Episode 6. Wow, I can't believe it. This is exciting. And I want to talk to you today about Audacity. And what I have discovered are kind of the 3 basic factors of Audacity. And Audacity, I know, can seem like a challenging word, a challenging concept. What does it mean to you? Does it feel threatening? Does it feel powerful? Does it feel a little edgy? For me, it definitely feels edgy, feels courageous, and it can be a pathway to tapping into you making bold and powerful choices and taking bold and powerful actions. So today we're going to talk about the 3 C's of Audacity. The first one being courage. And I think anytime you've felt you want to be audacious, do something different, do something that people are maybe pushing you not to do, all because they're afraid, and maybe you have some fear too, but you want to do it anyway. That's audacity. That is courage. The courage to fly in the face of the norm, the courage to fly in the face of, well, it's always been done this way, and to fly in the face of any kind of pushback that you get not only from others, but from yourself as well. That is where courage comes in, where you are going to do it anyway, because the fact is, courage is really your compass. When you're feeling you need to be courageous about something, then that is guiding you to what is right for you. And it can be, and piece of that is having the courage to walk away from what is not right for us. So it's that kind of, we're being pushed and we're being pulled by this thing that we know we want, we know that's right for us, and pushed away from what is not right for us. And this is not the push me, pull you from Dr. Dolittle. Although I guess that could be a good analogy, but it's not meant to be a tug of war. It's meant to be you having the courage to recognize that you are being literally pushed away from what is not right for you. And you are being pulled toward what is right for you. And it takes courage, the courage of awareness, the courage of, again, flying in the face of the norm, flying in the face of the way it's always been done, the way you were taught to do it, the way you were taught not to do it. because that's all part of it. But it takes courage to be audacious. And it takes courage to not just have audacious thinking, but to take audacious action. Because we can make a choice, make a decision, but without action, it's not real. It's just latent potential. It's waiting for you to make it real with action, courageous action, inspired action, intentional action. So courage is intentional, intentionally directed, because it is about always something specific. You want to have the courage to gain a new skill. You want to have the courage to leave a relationship. You want to have the courage to stand up for yourself. And it's always in regard to something specific. There'll always be a specific trigger for that. And that's the push from behind that's driving you away from what's not right for you and pulling you towards what is right for you. And that's where we enact our courage. And literally, it's enacting. It's the awareness leads to inspired action. Action leads to making it a reality. So there, let me see here. Oh, I think I lost my, oh, well. Anyway, I wanted to share with you a little bit. So it can be, I want to just give you a note here from, I know many of you know that I've created a card deck called the Practical Wisdom Deck, and I use it for my clients. I use it for myself. I use it for friends, for family. Oftentimes I'll get inspired to just offer somebody some messages that I am feeling that they may need as well. So this is going to be part of this today. And the message from one of the cards that I pulled for courage is the timepiece. Now I can show you this card. It's called the timepiece. Now I created all of these cards and all of the meanings for the cards as well. And it's really talking about surrender. It takes courage to surrender to the timing, to surrender to the awareness, to surrender to any inspirations that you get and any inspired action that you are driven to take. And again, it's taking that action, and surrendering is an action. So I want you to try to really absorb that and look at it that way. All right, the next C with the 3 C's of Audacity is choice. You know, the quality of our lives is a direct reflection of the quality of our choices. And choice, I discovered a long time ago, after years of the term kowtowing came first to my mind, but kowtowing, familiar training, community training, societal training, all the things you're supposed to and not supposed to do, how you're supposed to and not supposed to do things. I really discovered that that this is actually true. I know after spending a decade in an abusive relationship that my choices and my life was a direct reflection of my choices as I kept choosing against myself and kept choosing to stay in that relationship and all of the dynamics that were created in that relationship. And mind you, I had some of them prior to that from other close relationships, and that kind of formed a basis for me to begin choosing against myself because I was punished for doing so. So choices. We can, as I said previously, we can make choices, but until we take action on those choices, they're just latent potential. They're just waiting there to be acted upon. And they can rattle around. And the longer we let them rattle around, the more we can maybe hesitate or procrastinate or say, okay, well, maybe that isn't really what I want to do, because, fear can come in, limiting beliefs can come in. Inspired action is based in a choice that's aligned with you, aligned with your values, aligned with your courage, aligned with what feels good and right for you. So when we make choices that are governed by those things, the inspired action that comes will always be right. It may not be easy or seem easy, but I guarantee you, once you step into it and actually take the action, you will find that it is, number one, easier than you thought. The results are way different than you thought maybe they would be, because there was no way for us to know until we actually take the step. And the step appears as we take it. So you don't need to see it, but you need to trust in this inspired action, because it was an inspired, courageous choice that brought you there. So when it comes to choices, know that your choices don't have to be governed by anyone else. Our limiting beliefs and limiting behavior stems from two things: ourselves and ones that we accept from other people. But we are in complete control of them. We govern them. So we get to choose what is right for us in every scenario. So if you're finding that your life is not as you would like it to be, what choices have brought you there? And what can you do differently? How can you choose differently? How can you leverage your courage to make a choice that you know for a fact is right for you? And what is the inspired action that you can take right now to push you away from what's not right and drive you toward what is right for you? And this is just for you, because I guarantee what is right for you will, in some fashion, be right for those around you. And whether that is kind of a dissolving of unhealthy bonds, whether it's an intensifying and strengthening some bonds that have been wavering because of disaligned choices, you will discover so many things along this path. Your path to empowerment, your path to the life that you actually want to be having. Okay, so the first C is courage. The second C is choice. The third C is change. Your courageous choices will bring change when you take the actions that go along with the courage, with aligned choices. Because inspired action comes, and as you take this inspired action, change will come. You will gain new awareness, new insights, new opportunities. You will be open to the possibilities that ultimately bring change. Now, change is a constant in our lives. You can either have change control your life, or you can step up, empower yourself to control the change. You choose the change. And this all comes through audacious living, through courage, through courageous choices, that bring aligned change to your life, which then sends out ripples. Change occurs, and it can seem through. I forgot to show you the other card, but this card is, and I know if you're on the podcast, you won't be able to see it, but this is called the forge. And everything that you imagine about a forge, fire, an anvil, metal workings, the working of metal requires patience, requires a step-by-step process that includes tempering. Change brings this. Your courageous choices that bring change are all tempered in this step-by-step process. And the steps, again, appear as you take them. You can't know ahead of time what the steps are. But when you feel the inspiration of the next right action that's pulling you toward what you want and pushing you away from what you don't want, this is when you continue to forge the life that you want. And it is strong, it's powerful, because it's built on your courage. It's directed by your courage. It's built on your values and your sense of integrity and what's in alignment for you. You get to choose specifically for yourself. You get to govern your life, your career, your health, your finance, because they're all related. They're all part of this big thing we call life in all of its aspects. I encourage you to leverage these 3 C's of audacity and watch your life change. Courage, choice, and change. Audacity at its finest, most powerful, most aligned, and most glorious. That's it for me here on episode 6 of the Audacity Factor podcast. I would love to hear your comments. I would love to know what brought you here to the Audacity Factor as well. Please share with me. I'm going to be having we're going to be scheduling some interviews, and these interviews will be live. I'm excited to bring you some really powerful, inspiring, and audacious people that are bringing change, bringing empowerment, bringing audacity to our world today. I'll see you all next week here on the Audacity Factor podcast.